All right, here we are. Let's go. Down. Haha. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to be working on this piece tonight. It's a commission from a friend. He's working on writing a history uh, book. Um, well, words. Um, he's working on writing a history book, and one of the people in this book is this guy, Noah Petefish. This is him and his wife. Uh, they lived in Serafina. Oops, little one, don't do that. Uh, they lived in Lysine, Kansas, and his wife here. There's a story in the description down below about um Noah and his wife and how she lost her wedding ring and he found it months later. So, uh anyway, I'm gonna work on this picture. So I know that like people are gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, you're tracing." People, this this picture is so blurry. I can barely tell what I'm looking at. So I am going to come in here and I am going to trace just to try to kind of find the lines. And then I'm going to go ahead and draw the portrait um, using those trace lines as a base. Just because this is a very old picture and when I make it bigger, like I need to, um, a lot of the detail is just missing. And I have to figure out what's going on here. Especially with his like left eye there, or the eye that's I suppose it would be his right eye. His right eye. Um, but to the left on the screen. Um, that that eye is very, very blurry, and it looks like he might have had like a little bit of a lazy eye here too. Um, I'm not sure. So I'm gonna try to pick out these details um, on top of the photograph here, and then I'll use the photograph as a reference later. Because again, see, like this line here, this tells me that this here is probably some type of mustache. It may even go all the way down like this, um, into one of those more like Civil War beards. But I'm not sure, so I want to kind of get I want a different pencil. See what I can find for a different pencil in here. Knife pencils. Oh, uh, dear, is that fireworks? Uh, 1 minute. Okay, so someone in my area is setting off a bunch of fireworks. Cool. I think it's a celebration of football camp. Oh, yeah, it is Friday night, isn't it? They must have won.
Apparently, it was an important one because I don't think in 2 years, I don't think I've heard.
Yeah. No. Like I thought it was thunder, but then I was like, it's too regular to be thunder. And it was sustained. So I was like,
Yeah,
that's really weird. Okay.
we're gonna cuddle up here.
Okay. This one's gonna hang out with me, I guess. Yeah, that was surprising. Okay, anyway. So I wanna I'm gonna try to pick out his face here. Um, so yeah, I know I'm tracing. What is what on this picture? You tell me. Let's figure it out together. Um, I think, sometimes I think like if I back up, I can almost see it clearer than when I'm like all the way, um, like as opposed to going all the way in like this. There's some things that don't look as clear close up. And then there's like there's kind of a sweet spot here, like right about like that. That's gonna be the best for trying to figure out what's going on this man's face. I think also something that's gonna help me out later is when I get in with my brushes and I'm not trying to draw so much as I am trying to paint later. I think I think it'll look better too once I start doing that. So, um, okay, let's do not. You're okay. Throw it back. Okay. Hopefully now I can get to work in earnest. Uh, we'll see. And I'm gonna do one more thing before I get started here. There we go. It's a nice little welcome sign. Okay, anyway, so let's start. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get kind of the typical face guides here. Definitely think he's got some interesting features and some things that I'm just gonna have to fudge because there's just not a clear a clear line, like the what's what, right? Um, where you get kind of loose there, the hairline. There are things I can put in later, but kind of this eye here, I think is going to be obviously like the eyes are the most important part of the face because that's generally what we look at. But it does kind of look to me here like he's got, it just doesn't look quite right now, does it? It almost looks like, and then there, and then like that maybe? But then that looks really wonky compared to the other eye. I don't know. Once I get this in here, I'm gonna have to play around with it. So he's got nostrils there. You kind of see his ear does something. Those are kind of the ear shapes I can pick out here. Not sure what they mean yet. And there, that looks like his bottom lip. And then maybe his top lip there. And then some kind of beard here. And I do think he's either got it going. I think his cheeks might be clean shaven. I'm starting to think his cheeks might be clean shaven and that he's just got this kind of like handlebar mustache going on all around in here. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And the triangles under his eyes would be right about there. His nose contour is going to come down there. And then let's get like that kind of marked out a little bit. I think that's going to help mark out his face a little bit. And then while I'm here, and since I'm already doing the tracing thing that everyone's going to hate, I'll just pop his clothes in. And his wife's hand is here, so probably, actually, let me just do that right now. I'll just mirror that for now. There. Okay. So that's my starting point, I think. I'm hoping that will help me get where I want to be. Oh dear, it's a mess. Oh dear, it's a mess. It's a mess. Um, you know what? I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna do new. let's do. And then I'm gonna actually import as a paint layer. Where is it? Not downloads, right? Import this picture. And then I'm gonna cut out his face. Select, invert selection, layer. Let's see now. Image. Trim to selection. There we go. Deselect and then save this as Noah Petefish, and I'll save it as a PNG. Save. Doesn't matter. Okay. Then I can take Mr. Petefish and his wife and make them smaller. Ta-da! And then import a new picture. Let's see, that'll be in my personal pictures. There we go. Ah, not portrait. Okay, there we go. All right. So I think I've got some. I think I've got some things right and some things not so right. I really do think that this is a lazy eye right here. So I'm thinking let's go to a new layer. Turn down the opacity of this one. Right about there, I think. Go to this one. Black. And I think what I want to work with, I've been playing around with a lot of different, I look really weird when I'm looking down at my tablet, don't I? Sorry, I'm just looking at my tablet. My mouth isn't moving very well either. I am talking. I'll have to play with that setting later. Anyway, I've been playing with a bunch of different brushes lately. And not all of them that I've downloaded have been great. Some of them have been pretty good. Let's see what's this. Digital pencil, digital eraser. Let's, where is that one? Okay. Let's try this one. might work. Mm, there's a specific one that I'm looking for that I'm not sure why I can't find it. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see what this is. Yeah, wet paint. And then this one is wet paint plus. All right, I think that'll work. I do want to go in here, add with a medium toned gray. Uh, let's do this. We're not going too dark. Okay. All right, let's see. That's what I wanted. I want to be on this layer. I want to move Mr. Petefish down. I'm gonna try. Let's see. Oops. No, not what I wanted. Go. Gonna block in. Now, this is not my general style of painting. This is not how their work. I don't work like this. This is not how I do things. Um, but I think for this is going to be the best approach. Just because what I've got to work with here. I've been watching, what is it called? Jack doesn't draw. Jake doesn't draw. Something like that. Anyway, I've been watching some of his videos on and off. Um, and those I think have been really helpful, especially with portraiture. Um, when my friend asked me to do this, I thought, um, of that guy, and I was like, okay, yeah, like maybe he doesn't have like the full, maybe it is just a mustache. I can't tell. I have to look at it some more. Um, anyway, so this is kind of, I've been watching this guy, and so like this, this is more of like his style of painting, and that's because he's an oil painter. I'm not an oil painter. I'm a pencil, um, watercolor, and obviously, like with drawing, the idea is the same. Um, you want to capture your subject, but it's a whole different because I think his hair. Eraser. I think his hair is kind of squished like that. I think it's all coming from over there. So I kind of want to get that idea into my brush strokes here. Doesn't it look like that? Like it's like all coming from this point here and then going up and out, and then this is going back. Like it's not just like it's going back like that, and then this is kind of coming like maybe more down like that, and then back again. That's what that looks like to me. Um, let's see, and of course this is dark, so we'll put that in dark. This is interesting. It's not like a tie like this, or um, it's not a bow tie, which is interesting. And then we got kind of a medium gray for the jacket. And then the overcoat is a little bit darker. Let's see. And then like his neck around here is gonna be gray on this side. And I think that's like a bit of a shadow of his fin here. And not, and you kind of get just a little hint of his Adam's apple right there. Just a tiny hint. And then it kind of looks like his neck is kind of over the collar. Like the collar is kind of digging into his neck on either side. It's not, the collar is under his neck almost, is what it looks like to me. And then like, so that goes down like that. So obviously got his nose here. And then this is the side of his mustache. He's got the middle here. He's got kind of this little, where his mouth is here, there's like this little, can I see it a little bit in men with beards where they kind of have this, it almost looks like an open cat mouth. I don't know, like it's like this kind of shape, like right there, but it's not that big. Like I drew it way too big, right? It's just like right there. Almost like he's going. You can't see what my model won't do it. I think I have like a preset though that no, kind of, kind of. Yeah, I need to change my presets so they don't interfere with my Greta. I need more tea. Perfect. Mm. Anyway, okay, so it kind of looks like he's kind of got a little bit of a, and then, oops, first his lip is a little bit darker, a little bit more of a shadow under here, shadow here. That's the shadow that makes me think there must be more beard going on. But then I look at it and I'm like, I'm just not so sure. we don't really have any descriptions of him, so it's not like I can just go look at a description of the man and go, oh yeah, of course, that's what that is. Like, this is the only picture that we have, that I have to go off of anyway. So we'll just have to kind of keep working at it, I guess. I think that's a decent start. Looks like a man. It's starting to look like a man. So there's that. We'll see. I'm gonna pop in down here. I do so love having layers. Um, let's do this and then go with a. I figure this might cause the computer to be a bit unhappy. Okay, darker. There we go. There. This is lighter here. I want to get the background in because I want to have that. Because it's there's kind of there's a gradient behind him, right? And so I want to make sure that I get the values on his face right. So I want to get some values in the background so that when I go to do his face, it matches what's going on kind of behind him. Coming here with the neutrally. Okay. There. Okay. I think that'll work. Onward. Back to where we were. Turn up the opacity on this red a little bit. Go. Might come in here and give him some of his brightest highlights now. So, obviously, we've got the shirt pretty white. Shirt. And then I'm going to tone it down a little bit for going in here because I don't want it to come in too harsh. Definitely lighter here. Bring this down a little bit lighter here. Some lot of white here. Very, very bright right here on his forehead. His light is coming this way. Kind of right there, I think, is where the brightest light is on his face. And then bring it down just a little bit in size. Here we go. Is that jawbone? Or not jawbone. Cheekbone. Then there. Kind of cuts back and then here and here. It comes up to this part on his nose here. Where that goes. And then we have a little bit of white here. There. There we go. We have a little bit of white here. Not. Hi, buddy. Ah, it's on the bed, I believe. Hey, buddy. What's up? Are you ready to go back to? No, you're not gonna have one of those. When he's working. I'm gonna go back to bed soon. You think about it? Maybe. Maybe. Hi. Hmm. There we go. Mm-hmm. Give mommy a hug and kiss? No. Come here. Okay. More tea. Should have drank tea while I've had myself muted. Oh well. My tea is cold. Okay. So let's see. Got kind of bright spot right here. A little bit of highlights. And then maybe just a little bit here. And then that maybe. Hmm. I think I'm starting to see this eye better. The more I work at it, the more I think I'm seeing this eye. Kind of work on this. This one I'm not as sure about. It's in shadow too. Definitely, definitely getting that lazy eye look. My brother had a lazy eye. Has a lazy eye. But it's only in like pictures. It's not in everyday day-to-day life. Let's see. Okay. And then also we have this highlight in his hair. It's kind of like right there. And that I think is going to really help sell the swoosh, swoosh of his hair. I think I've got that ear. There's still a little bit I need to do on that ear, but we're getting there with the ear. I think. I think I'm getting there with the ear. All right, I'm gonna go away from the face for a minute. Come down here. Yes, dear. What do you think it looks like a face? Let me take this away. Am I getting somewhere?
You're getting somewhere.
Somewhere.
It.
It's rough.
I see the face.
Yeah.
I also see that it's Halloween.
Yeah. I mean, it's a work in progress.
Yes. And it kind of scares me.
Well, it's a work in progress. Are you going to bed?
I'm gonna lay down. I don't know if I might fall asleep, but
Okay.
I finished my dailies.
Okay.
I finished the proof, but the dog keeps leaving. I'll leave you.
Okay. Let's go down here. Do-do-do. Hmm, It has. I don't know how long I'm going to stay up working on this because I gotta get my dailies done too. I don't want to miss. I don't want to miss much on that. Probably end up working on this off stream too. Let's say like once I get on stream working on a drawing, it's kind of like in the back of my head that I'm on stream, which makes sense. But like, it takes me longer to do things on stream than it does if I'm just working on it on my own. There we go. Her hand here is causing the shadows on this side of the jacket. So I think, but I think I can kind of imagine that it's doing the same thing it's doing over here. There's a little bit of a shadow. It's going like this and then kind of down like that. And that's because it looks like there is a little bit of a, there's like there's a divot. It's like this, kind of there. So on this side, it's probably doing something similar. Although this side is in the light, would be in the light if her hand wasn't there. So we're just gonna add a little bit of shadow here at the bottom to kind of allude to the bowl shape. And then just a little bit under the lapel here. And then a little bit here under the lapel. Or no, where is that other lapel? I can't see because I've colored over it so much. Oh yeah, it's like way up here. Oops. Like right there. And then I might just go something like that. There we go. For now, I think that'll be good on the clothes. There we go. And something just a bit lighter here to make the button. Hardest part about drawing on stream is remembering to talk. Because I get into what I'm doing and then I forget to talk. Yeah. Oops. That's theme. think I think I'm getting somewhere. I hope I'm getting somewhere. It's the wrong screen. I think that might have gotten us as far as it was going to, which is terrifying because I love lines. Lines my friend. Let's try getting in here in the details a little bit more. I think I want to switch to a different brush though. Marker. Yeah, let's try the marker for a little bit. See what that does for me. Swear there's just a little. It's not even. Just a tiny little thing, right there. That's just. You call it like a just barely. And this. And then. So that means. How eyes work. I'm gonna have something like that. It just kind of goes down into that. That there. Maybe like that. I think so. I think there's something like that in it. I definitely think it's something to that effect. And then this eye. Now this eye is the harder one because it's in shadow and doesn't appear to have the same shape as the other eye. But that looks really weird. I don't know that that looks right. All right, well, I've stopped talking and I'm getting tired and I need to go. Well, I've been streaming for an hour. So I think that I'm gonna go. And I'll probably keep working on this. Yeah, it looks really weird right now. Trust the process, maybe? Mhm. Trust the process. Square. It'll look pretty someday. Anyway, All right. Well, I'm gonna go and I'll see y'all later. Bye.